feeling like I'm academics.
By the way, interestingly enough, I wonder what happened or what prompted this, man. Yo, y'all see my nigga Drake just all of a sudden co-signed Tory Lanez. This is the most popular artist in the world that have now put a stamp, not playing in the middle, saying, "Oh yeah, this was my guy. He was cool." He's saying literally, and this is like kind of slang. He said "3U," which means free you. Okay. Yeah, he's advocating for the freedom of Tory Lanez, right? Now, again, even though you could say, well, he had quote unquote allegedly dissed Meg on that Circle Local song, I don't think necessarily saying, well, I guess it is saying, if you're saying free this guy, you're kind of almost going against the person who got shot, right? Anyway, I saw a lot of people reacting to this, okay? I saw a lot of people reacting to this. And one thing I realized, and Drake is a very smart guy. Drake did this at the right time. I don't think Drake would have done this during the trial. I think Drake would have got cooked. I think right now we're in the time, and I think after everything that, Meg even just went through, even with Nicki, on a PR level, she got her own shit going on, even though she's trying to do the comeback. I think Drake did this at the right time. I think people aren't that upset, and it doesn't trigger people as it used to before the verdict and before the last couple months passed. I believe that Tory 100%, I believe any rapper could really say free him at this point, right? I don't even think Drake was getting a lot of heat for it. I think actually we saw the tide change a little bit with people actually even saying, yeah, to keep it real, we sat through the trial. We heard both sides, but it still kind of sound mad iffy. Like, low-key, we really don't even know if the nigga really did it. And low-key, we think this, even though we heard all blah, blah. Like, maybe he's an innocent man in jail. Shit, free the guy. Like, what the guy, you know what I mean? What the fuck? Like, free the nigga. And that is the conversation that I believe is happening more and more now. Like, if you looked on Twitter, a lot of people seemingly were open or accepting of the idea that, maybe you should... supporting him is not a bad thing, right? Before, remember how they were demonizing me? Yo, you hate women, blah, 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 blah. Yo, that's why you on Tory's side. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to report this shit fairly. They were mad as fuck at me. Drake says this now, and everybody's like, you got a point. Like, yo, the nigga was talented. We really don't know what happened. Matter of fact, the case was kind of fucked up. Like, yo, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? How many years did Tory get? He got 7. Did he get 7 or he got 10? I forgot how much. Tory Lanez Drake. I'll Google it. You'll see. And you can see Rolling Stone's trying to change the narrative back. He says the plot has gotten a little lost. So here's a reminder for Drake and others. Tory Lanez is not a martyr. See? You see all these publications, these little cancel. And this was another bold thing for me when I watched Drake do this. I was like, damn. Drake is finally in his bag a little bit where he's like he's not gonna be like, yo, on some Kanye shit, like, fuck you, cancel culture, cancel me, show me you could cancel me. Like, that's what Kanye did. Like, he wanted to poke the fucking lion and be locked in the cage with the lion and wonder if the lion gonna try to eat him. Drake is kind of like, bro, like, I know I'm the clean cut guy, but bro, I'm gonna just say free my brethren, and like, yo, if you don't like it, I'm not gonna further expound upon it, but yo, free that guy, right? And that kind of showed me that Drake, as Drake used to get a lot of flack for being the guy who is trying to be like Michael Jordan, in the sense that has no opinion on anything but music, right? Like, for example, people felt like he should have been more outspoken on some social issues, like we saw Kendrick and other people. And I guess a lot of people felt like, nah, Drake ain't gonna really speak on that. He's just gonna keep his lane of entertaining the girls and having anthems for the homies, right? And people thought that he was just a guy just not trying to get into controversial things, because when you become a huge figure, as infamously as Jordan said, Republicans buy sneakers too, right? And that was his saying, to say, I ain't finna pick a side. It's all good with me. I do believe that when it comes to Drake, he's kind of now shown an edge more than he would have normally shown an edge. I ain't gonna lie, some of the bars and some of the lines even on the last album was a little bit even shocking. Even on Her Loss, Yo, him saying the Meg thing was a little shocking. I didn't think he was going to say that. If anything, I thought he would be the guy to be like, yo, I'm here for all women. Yo, we got to stick by our women and we got to champion them. Like, you got to remember, Drake is a guy who used to sing bitches off the pole, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, oh no, we're just going home. Come on, get off that pole. Like, that was his, like, the thing that people were saying, like, yo, you're like Captain Save-A-Ho. So people almost expected Drake to be on some feminist shit already. But I'm going to be honest with you, like, Drake been showing a little bit of edge recently. And I think that's, I think it's like, it's a sign of a few things. But one of the signs I definitely believe is that cancel culture, it still does exist. But, like, to be honest, like, we're kind of getting back to the days of, like, people being able to have a real opinion, and actually an opinion that people could disagree with. And if people don't agree with your opinion, it's not like your end of your career. That was what it was getting at a certain point. Be like, hey, say you say something and people don't agree with it. If a certain group don't agree with it, you're done. Like, your career is done. And I think we're kind of getting past that. Though somebody said, nah, he's still Captain Save-A-Ho. He gave a child to one. Come on, man, that's a low blow. Golden Codex says, man, fuck Drake, man. X told me to say that. Damn. Somebody says what? Somebody says, still a huge bag lost when YouTube cancels you. Yeah, well, you got to realize, these people that YouTube have demonetized, bro, like, they were flying wildly close to the sun, my nigga. Like, wildly close, right? And also, bro, like you could tell me, name some people who got demonetized. Bro, YouTube told him 25 times. Yo, bro, hey, listen. We kind of already don't like your content on the platform, but your content's getting mad views. Tone it down. Fix it up. Fix up, or, hey, you got told mad times. Hassan didn't get demonetized. You talking about Hassan Campbell, or you talking about Hassanabi? Speaking of which, did y'all see this?